This season, we're done asking permission. That's right, we're building cultures of belonging, using our voices louder than ever, and telling the truth about systems that harm people, and empowering leaders to fix them. If you're ready to lead with courage and results, welcome to Season 5. If you're a CEO, entrepreneur, or business owner that can't seem to figure out what is blocking you from attaining the next level of growth in your business, then listen up. I'm Maria De Lorenzo Reyes. I've taken what I've learned in 30 years working inside multi-million-dollar corporations, building my own business, and consulting my clients, and discovered 5 themes that stop a business from scaling. I've created a tool to help you get the answers you need to get unstuck and unlock the next level of growth. Head over to scale.mariadr.com and click the link to get your custom Scale Factor Formula scorecard when this episode is over. Hey everybody, I'm Maria De Lorenzo Reyes, your host, and this is Finding the Upside. If you're new here, you just landed in a community of rebel leaders who turn disruption into momentum. Season 5, we're launching today, and this season is a line in the sand. I wanted to give you some expectation based on the last year of what you can expect from this new season. And it will also highlight some of the things that we've begun to talk about more robustly, and the 6 pillars that will make up what you'll gain from Finding the Upside this season. I promise you're going to be hearing real stories. I'm going to be bringing you live moments from our stages, tactical leadership tools as always, and a more explicit lens on the human impact of today's climate in the U.S. and around the world. But more importantly, what you can do about it. I'll be giving you ways to navigate that, ways to impact that, and ways to get back to center and reconnect with the humanness that connects us all. So let me give you some insight to the 6 pillars of what you'll gain and what to expect from this season on Finding the Upside. The first pillar is Rebel Leadership and Culture by Design. What will we be talking about? More in-depth conversations that highlight what leadership looks like when trust, not fear, drives performance. You all know that that's one of the foundational elements and approaches to the Rebel Leadership framework that I developed. But I like to talk about that because it really tells the stories. In these episodes, we'll unpack reconnection after disruption, institutionalizing inclusion, and how to measure belonging like every other business lever and metric. I do want to also feature some highlights from this past season. If you're new, you can go back to these episodes. Focus on this exact pillar, like episode 121, which is the Wake Up Leaders series, and what type of leadership we need today. Go ahead and check those. I've linked them in the show notes for you. The second pillar is voice, story, and influence. Your voice is a strategy. I'll be sharing some clips from the Revive and Thrive stage and candid coaching on crafting a message that moves rooms. You could go back to the Spotlight episodes, episode 143, 144, and 146, which were some of the best moments from the Revive and Thrive event that talk about how to use your voice and influence others. Pillar number 3 is purposeful work and career design. We're going to continue to explore how to choose work that answers your why and remove the mental traffic and voice that keeps you small. Finding your purpose, finding your why finding your purpose and finding your why to re-engage and reignite the work that you do every day. I've highlighted and linked in the show notes episode 137, which is Finding Work That Answers Your Why, and episode 139, which is Leading with Purpose, Power, and Presence, where I highlight 3 powerhouse women that talk about how to lead with those 3 things. Pillar number 4, well-being, burnout, and your change capacity. Burnout isn't a personal failure. We talked about this in a previous episode 111, talking about the burnout epidemic. But burnout is a system signal. We're going to continue talking about the micro rituals that you might need for steadiness, and also how leaders can build capacity for change in their teams. This is important because as we navigate the ever-changing landscape of business, economics, political systems, and just our society, there's so many things that are weighing on our ability to adapt and pivot, and that can bring issues that impact our well-being, that can bring burnout. And I'll be talking about all the things to help navigate that, and as a leader, how you can model that and entrench it in your culture. Pillar number 5. I talked about this a lot this past year. Systems, justice, and human impact. For the last 8 months, I've widened this lens. I've talked about the impact that how we're doing things has disrupted things in a bad way. You know I'm about disruption, but not for bad, for good, for changing the status quo. What I've been talking about is layoffs as a strategy, policy failures during climate disasters, and where leadership has to rise to the occasion to act with more integrity and with an evolved mindset. We're going to pair context with resources so you can help. I've tagged some episodes like number 119 where I talked about the broken capitalism we have and the impacts that has. And episode number 120, which talked about the LA wildfires, which also empowered others to figure out a way to help because everybody feels helpless. There were directives and curated places to help, whether that was contributing or with human effort to contribute to the effort for relief. And those are themes that I will continue to talk about because they're so entrenched in what we're dealing with and navigating these days. Finally, pillar number 6, practical performance and learning loops to help you, not just as a leader, but what I want to highlight on and continue to, and I've done that in the last year, is bring you short tactical episodes on time management, navigating that, communication, experimentation, because leading and developing your own personal skill set is a journey. It's not a one and done. So I want to continue to give that to you, and hopefully you come here for that and it fulfills that purpose of being able to learn and get some practical steps and tools to be able to help navigate the work you do and the life you live. So wrapping it up, what you'll gain this season, really, in general, is a culture playbook that you can actually use as a leader, how to build trust, do some audits and be able to measure that, belonging indicators, reconnection scripts, things and tools that you could use to implement immediately. Also from a personal note, as well as a leader being a leader, a voice system of how to craft your own story, how to craft your personal manifesto, how to craft your signature talk, and how to use your voice with power and how to deliver it. And then also a purpose map, not only for you as a leader, but also for your career and for what you want out of life. What legacy are you building and how to attain that? I hope to bring you tools that'll help you discover that as well as implement that. Additionally, we're going to talk about burnout. We're going to give you some tools to help not only buffer that for you, navigate that, but also to help your team model that and be able to give them some tools to be able to avoid that and avoid that in your companies. And then also action pathways. One of my big missions is to continue to give you practical, curated lists and references for the current injustices that are happening and surrounding us. So that would be where to donate, where to volunteer, how to advocate, all curated in the show notes for upcoming episodes. So that's all, friends. I hope you've enjoyed this sneak peek into what to expect from season 5. And if this resonates, please follow if you're not already doing so. Follow the Finding the Upside podcast. Share this episode with anyone who's ready to do things differently. If you're a leader, grab my Rebel Leader Assessment, linked in the show notes. That'll give you some insights to what type of leader you are and direction for improvement. And if you want deeper access and learning, join the Business Leaders Hub. That's linked in the show notes as well. And I look forward to seeing you inside. Season 5 starts now. Thanks, friends. All right, so I hope you loved this episode and found it valuable. Thanks for hanging out with me. And if you'd be so kind, if you know someone else that this will help, please share this episode with them. Just grab a link for this specific episode, text it to a friend or colleague so it can help more people like you. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you next time for more entrepreneurial goodness. Same time, same place on the Finding the Upside podcast.